My name is Jake, and welcome to Can I Fix It? Now, it has been a long time since I posted a video, but Can I Fix It is back, and it's better than ever, and I'm very excited to get to the item that we'll be fixing today. Let's open it up and see what it is. So besides the 50 plastic bags that were in here, we actually do have two broken electronics items to fix. These are both TV plug-and-play electronic games. This one is an Atari, and this one is some sort of Batman game. And they do seem to be in really good condition. I don't see anything physically wrong. This one's missing the battery cover. Batman one, I'm seeing right here, there's kind of a fray in the wire there. So that might be our problem. This might be a simple fix. First things first, let's plug them both in, see if they even turn on and if we're getting any video signal. Now to test these, I do have an HDMI to composite converter. So on switch right here, we'll click it. We do have a red light on and it started up. What?
So despite the seller saying that the Atari one wouldn't turn on, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. So we'll move on to the Batman one, which the seller says turns on but won't connect to the TV. We'll see if that one's a lie too.
All right, again, we've got an on switch right down here. We do get a red light on. And you couldn't see that on screen, but it did pop up with the video for just a second. Oh, there it is. As you can see, it's kind of coming in and out as I move the cable a little bit. This is actually good news because this probably means this is just a problem with the cable and that the game itself is working just fine. Let's take this thing apart and see if we can't fix that bad connection. Alright, and that just kind of comes apart very easily. Now we can kind of look at the inside. Biggest issue right now is this cable right here. As you can see, it's fraying pretty hard. So I'll have to see if I can maybe take it out and cut back some of the wire and then reattach it. We'll have to see how that works out. It does look like underneath this super glue that's on this piece here that this black piece might come up. So I'm going to try to get that off because that'll give us access into where this frayed cable comes into the device. Okay, that kind of broke off a bit. I think I actually broke a plastic piece, but this is actually supposed to come off. So now we have access and that comes out nicely. So I think we will be able to fix this, which is great news. If you look closely at this thing, there's supposed to be two holes, one there and one on the left side, that there's a post right here and right here that goes in, but I actually broke off the post on this left side. That's why you can't see through that hole. But at least we still have one post left, so it should go back into place fine, and we can even super glue it if it's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna see if I might be able to salvage this strain relief piece somehow. We do have some strain relief over here and that the cord wraps around there, so it's not gonna be pulling directly at the board. So maybe we can get away with not having this piece on there, but I'd like to keep it if I can.
Well, to make a long story short, I couldn't salvage it. So here's me absolutely destroying that strain relief piece so that I can get access to the wires and get this thing fixed.
All right, I have managed to separate this part of it, and now I should just be able to snip the wire right about where it was frayed and slide it off. Oops. Okay, looking at the damage here, let's see, this wire over here is pretty messed up. I'm sure that's what was causing our problems. So let's strip it back a bit and reconnect it and see if that fixes our problem. It's weird if you look at this red wire, there's actually some other copper wire inside of it besides this white insulation stuff. I would assume the red is positive and then this loose copper is just ground. So maybe this loose copper here was what wasn't connecting well and it wasn't being grounded. In any case, we should be able to connect that up just fine. Let's look at this end of the wire here. Same thing on this end, we've got our red and our white, and then just some loose copper mixed in with insulation here that must be providing the ground. I'm gonna look on the other end though to see if I see any loose copper inside the white side on this one, because that could be a problem too. So there is some, but it was way down there, so there was no connection getting down there. Maybe that was our problem. Okay, I've got all 4 of the wires twisted together. We're just gonna turn this thing on and see if it's working now. Okay, we've got a signal. It's coming on. Let's try some of the buttons. Okay, yeah, everything seems to be working just fine. So now we just have to find a way to secure this permanently. Right now we've just got kind of exposed wires out, and I think we'll have this thing perfectly working.
So for 3 of the wires, I was able to solder them in sort of an inline manner, but for the 4th one, I kind of gave up and just twisted them vertically and then soldered them, but everything's looking good.
So I just realized I did all that and I forgot to put the heat shrink wrap tube on there, which is a rookie mistake, but looks like we'll just be going solely with electrical tape today. Got those wires all cleaned up and looking nice. It's time to put it all back together and make sure it's still working. And I think we'll test it with sound as well, because we didn't test the sound last time. It does seem to fit back on there nicely, even without the one post that we broke off, which is good. And as far as sound goes, I have a tiny adapter here that will go from the component cable to an aux cable that I'll plug into this speaker here. All right, here goes the moment of truth. Lights on. I'm hearing some music. Weird. Okay, so just out of curiosity, I unplugged the white component cable from the speaker and put it back into here, and now we are getting a signal. For whatever reason, this HDMI converter needs both of those in there. So unfortunately, we can't test the video and audio together, but it's good to know that they are both working separately. I'd say the last thing for us to do would be to play a bit. Make sure all the buttons are working and see if we can't beat 4%. That seems kind of lame.
So I spent a good 10 to 15 minutes playing the game. The first level I played was a detective level where you needed to find clues to escape out of the asylum, and the second one was a side-scrolling beat 'em up. But overall, I had a good time. I can see why these TV plug-and-play games were popular back in the day, where you get a full quality game without even needing to own a console.
We were able to test both the sound and the video, although we couldn't get them both to play at the same time. That was more to do with my adapters than the actual device itself. All the buttons are working as it should, and this thing is indeed fixed. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Can I Fix It?